back when I was like learning, right, I was look up to these guys that are doing 1 million per month. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? You know?
This is gonna be called really super tactical. If you're an advertiser or you are store owner, listen carefully and make the notes. Here will be really like mind-blowing coaching for you from Jose.
You know, I can do 30K days like nothing, right, on Facebook.
Hello to everyone, Anatoliy is here, and today in our new episode of the Ecom Business Stream podcast, one of my great friends and from recent time my business partner and just an awesome advertiser who have been done already over 300 millions in active profitable sales by spending over $100 million in the advertising on Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok and other platforms. This person I can tell you from my end, because I'm working closely with him and he working as a consultant, as a business partner on my agency, is a super legit advertising person who knows exactly how the shit is working in our days. And please, I want to welcome one of my friends. His name is Jose Torres, and as well I want to give you additional information about him. He used to work 7 years back when he started in 2016. He used to work with the people like Jordan Belfort. He was advertising his digital products, and as well he helped Ty Lopez scale his brands, which he bought it, acquired it, and they were scaling to hundreds millions of dollars together on those kind of site. And he was managing his 200K a day spent on the advertising platforms. Jose, man, I really want to hear today more about you, about your experience, about your journey, and especially how everything gets started.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Of course, man. Thank you again for the introduction, Anatoliy. Pleasure to be here and excited to share some value. Well, I mean, everything just goes back to, I try to make it quick. You know, my story is, me going to college and me just wanted to do more. I'm in college trying to be a professional fitness trainer, trying to be, some sort of engineer because I wanted to make money. And then I realized it just wasn't for me. One day I go to school, I drive to school, and I'm like, wait, what am I doing here? This is not making me any money. So that's when I stumbled across a Ty Lopez actually video where he goes, that video that says, here in my garage video, right?
Yeah. It was super famous video at that time. I started at the time.
Exactly. So that was 2015, 2016, I forget. And that sold me, and I told my mom, hey mom, can I borrow $1,000? Because I was broke at the time. And she's like, yeah, sure, for what? For a course. And she agreed, I told her it's gonna help me make money. So I bought it, and I got into this digital, the SMMA, right? Social Media Marketing Agency program. And then from there, I started to learn how I can get local clients and stuff like that. But my goal is to get my first 400 check, $1,000 check. That was my goal, and I ended up, definitely ended up closing three different people, like a restaurant, a club, and I think another restaurant, 2 restaurants and a club. And that was by far the most exciting moments of my life because, that was the first deal that I ever closed. So I did that for a bit, and then I transitioned. I work with a guy named Brandon Fink, who used to work at Weekend Digital. Actually, he became my mentor, taught me Facebook ads in the beginning, and then him and I worked together on an e-com store. And then from there, I transitioned into managing other people's stores and just started scaling their ads. And I remember I told myself that I'm going to become one of the best Facebook media buyers. I remember I said that. I wrote it down. And so I did. So then eventually, I took more accounts, and then one of my buddies told me, hey, do you want to manage Ty Lopez's accounts? I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. I'm like, hell yeah, why not? So I ended up managing Ty Lopez's accounts, one of the major brands that he purchased, and I won't name them, but I'm pretty sure you guys know the name of it. And that's when my experience kind of grew, because I was, I already had experience. So I was already doing millions per month with different accounts. But this brought me into a different level of experience because I was able to spend 200K days like nothing, with combining all the stores together that I managed from him. I was able to generate over 9 figures per year. So all that experience, I didn't learn, I experienced there. There's a difference between learning from somebody, but also experiencing, having your own experience And that's why I'd say I'm like one of the best media buyers out there when it comes to, e-commerce.
Wow. So basically, like you started not because of Tai Lopez, but kind of because you have seen his ad and you got the high level education after that on his business.
But the funny part is, like, I've always, like, I study the guy, bro. Like, I watch his videos. He's really good at psychology.
Like all of us.
Really good at psychology. So I got really good at psychology because, through him, and then eventually I ended up working with him. So it's freaking crazy. So thanks to my mom for investing me $1,000 in me. And now I pay her bills. She's taken care of. Doesn't work. You know what I mean? I'm taking care of my mom. So thanks to her, I'm at where I'm at, or else I would have, if it wasn't for that $1,000 initially invested, I would not be where I'm at today, for sure.
That's awesome. Just recently on some of podcasts we discussed that about this history about Tai Lopez. He was really everywhere at that time, and especially when I started, it's this kind of garage stuff, like look on my garage, this is my cars and so on. I was like, oh my God, no, it's too expensive for me. 1K, like SMM. I was really dreaming to get that course, and my friend, he's now really successful in IT and Forex. And he listen, I just bought that moment. He was in SMM 1 year earlier than me. He started and he said, I have a course, just watch it. This is awesome. It's mind blowing. Wow, Tai Lopez course, $1,000. Are you sure? Are you sure you're ready to share with me? Yes, fine, take it. I was diving in and whoa, it's cool. I mean, I was already in dropshipping that moment, but I was really excited. And because of him, I got my first couple of local business clients in Dubai. So that's cool. I mean, so many people started because of him.
No, it's crazy. I know. That's cool. I didn't know that you took his course too. That's what's up.
Yep. Okay, awesome. So you done that. You were running his brands, and after that you decided to go your own. That is how Revenue Express show up, or it was later?
Revenue Express started as soon as I started his course. Right. It just didn't become where it's at right now. Until I actually separated from Tai Lopez. They hired internally, and they couldn't pay me what I wanted. Right. So we went our separate ways, and then I started I already had the agency, but I just doubled down with the agency, started to get more clients, started to build my team, and from there we just moved on and just scaled up the agency, and we have 2 success managers, and having those key components, like those two key players, which was allow me to get to that next level, to get to the 30 plus clients, and having 35 employees as well. So at that point, and then right now we're definitely kind of just focusing on only big brands that are doing $1 million per month at the moment. And now we're also doing the coaching, the consulting part, because it's pretty easy for me to coach 100 stores like nothing, right? But yeah.
I would add it what you just said, that you're really a great teacher and great coach. I can tell you from my team, from my end, what I can see. Plus you and me now teaching in other agencies to help them out with the results. And I see that this is really yours. I mean, to teach people, because you just not just a great media buyer understanding this stuff, but you as well understand how to share and deliver the knowledge to the people's head and making media buyers better. I can tell you from our perspective, 100%.
Yeah, thank you, man. I think that the most important part when it comes to sharing value is to give information that will give an ROI back, right? So when I talk to anybody, it's let me give you an actionable step that you can implement today, right now, that will give you results. That is what we do every single day. With my team, we have actionable calls. And all the calls is not about talking about, this, that. No. Every word has to do with action. Okay. Problem, solution, implement. That's all we do. And that's what has allowed me to be consistent with results. This is why we're consistent with 1 mil per month, every single month. And this is why we can bring stores from 0 to 10K per day in just 4 days, in just 5 days, because we understand that part. But not only that, media buying is one side of the thing. But the other important part is understanding how to market, how to be a marketer. And a marketer is someone that understands how to make offers, how to make creatives work, what angles, what psychology angles can you do, And having a mix of that is what I guess allows me to deliver the results that I can deliver, and also coach that to people and make them understand that if it's not the ad account, then it's the offer, and if it's not the offer, it's the angle, right? So me being able to understand that, it's like I'm a doctor, right? You come to me sick, I know what medicine I gotta give you. Here's the medicine, because I've been through this for 7 years straight, man. And I didn't know how good of a teacher I was, to be honest, until I started teaching. Like, I didn't know that I was that good until I started teaching you guys, the other agency as well. Now I'm like, holy shit, I'm pretty decent.
According to what you said, I really wondering. I know your schedule, kind of like that. You're always online. You're doing physical exercises, going to the gym, living a really active lifestyle, traveling, and in the same time, like you are working a lot at night, and even like 5, 6 a.m. your time, you're online answering on all the questions and helping people. Like, how does your physical and mental health going? Have you feel that sometimes that you going to burn out, or like you don't want to do that shit, or you need to go out for a week? How is that going for you mentally?
So I think I built a tolerance of working long hours over time, right? And I enjoy it, actually. I don't mind it. It's not a problem for me. But obviously, there's just like anybody else, right? We're all human. I think there's a day where you just feel like exhausted. So for me, it's like I meditate. I go to the gym. The gym helps me out regain energy. But the one thing that definitely regains more energy is going to be meditation, because it's a mental thing, right? The gym is like physical, which is refreshing, but it's not. But it's not. How do I say it? It's not charging your battery mentally wise. And meditation has been the key for me. Getting like massages every 3 weeks. But meditating for sure has been a form of me to continue to be this guy that is consistent. And the funny part is, like, where I meditate is an office right behind me. I'm in an office right here. There's multiple offices around me. The funny part is, like, there's an office right behind me, and I meditate there. So it's not too far. So I do it at least. I try to do it once a month, and that helps me out. I take like Sundays. I tend to work a little
once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And Sundays I tend to work like a little bit less, be with the family. It's just balance. It's just, for me, it's balance, right? So I go hard at everything, but it's balance for me. And also my schedule is a little bit different than anybody else. Where I live in California, Pacific Standard Time, and I wake up like at 12 or 1 p.m. I'm up till 5, 6 in the morning. But it's just something I got used to over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I got it. It's just like you build that schedule for yourself, which is comfortable. But meditation, it's something which is I considering for a while. And I might bet that I haven't started yet. I'm just speaking about it. I have to start it, because with our work, any kind of business owners, they get stress. Like, definitely there is always stress going on for XYZ reason. And I was sure that meditation is something which is must to be done by any person who always working in such kind of industry. And to be honest, I never started. And especially now I'm not able to do any gym for last 4 months. And next 2 months, I'm still waiting for the approval from the cardiologist. But the meditation, I believe it's way to go. I have to implement it. Really, thanks for this kind of idea.
Yeah, I recommend it, bro. Like, even, obviously everything is like a workout, right? When you go to the gym and like you start picking up weights, and you work out your arms, and like after a month, 3 months, 4 months pass by, and then you're bigger. Same thing when it comes to meditation. It's like it's not like you're gonna get instant results. It's more like a workout that you have to like continuously do it, and do it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And again, that has been a huge help for me, and like I recommend anybody watching this to try it out. Meditation there's multiple different forms of meditations, but I do the breathing meditations, and just laying down, closing my eyes, listening to frequencies. That's another form of meditation. So those are the ones that I do, and they help me out a lot.
Let's dive into the media buying. I want to get some juice today to share with the guys as much value as possible. So what's nowadays your favorite media buying platform, which is in your opinion like really delivering the best results?
I'm always going to say probably Facebook, just because how fast and how consistent you can scale. I can do 30K days like nothing, right, on Facebook. But TikTok has been another platform that's also been very consistent, and I can do 30K days as well there. So I'm gonna have to say both of them. Facebook, I get Facebook first, but TikTok right after, right underneath it.
You're speaking about Facebook. It can build you consistency. You do like let's discuss this. Like you just started, you find out some sales coming from the product. We are speaking now, let's say, about the drop shipping, even about the brand. You find out the creative which is working for particular brand. So what's gonna be your steps? What will hold you really consistent and scalable on Facebook?
So I guess basically, what do I do when it comes to like scaling an account? Yeah. So first, like, it's number one. Is it doing revenue, right? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. What is the conversion rate? What are like the margins? And what is the unique CTR? Do we have winning interest? Is open? Sometimes open targeting is working. So I just do a checklist. Okay, boom, boom, boom. So if an account is doing anything above like 20% of profit, and good CTR with the ads are working well. We have winning creatives, winning ads. And what is a winning creative? To me, winning creative is something that has 5 or more purchases at a 3x ROAS. And something when it comes to the interest, anything that has 5 or more purchases at a 3 ROAS to me is a winner. Cool, so that's working. The creative is the structure is working. The margins at 20% above. That means we can scale, So that motivates me to do like a cost cap or a bid cap on Facebook. And this is what's working for us right now, bid cap, cost caps, and also like CBOs and ABOs. But the one thing that I do first is I do test scales. I don't come in and just, let me scale with this method. No, I do a test scale. A test scale is something where I combine the winning interest and the winning, for example, let's say we have one campaign, right? A CBO, $100 a day. We have one ad set, and it's all the stacked interests that are winners, and all the stacked ads that are winners. Minimum 2, maximum 3 ads. What I do. So now then I duplicate that campaign 4 more times. Now we have 5 ad sets in total, and this to me is gonna be like, let's test this campaign, see what it does. And then I'll also make like an ABO, and the ABO is kind of the same structure. It's just that we have 5 ad sets, and it's $50 each. So now I'm testing CBO versus ABO, see where it works best. And then I also do like a bid cap and a cost cap, and I'm seeing where works best for the account. Once I figure out what works best for the account, well, then I take it to the next level where I'm spending 3K a day, 5K a day, 10K a day, 30K a day with these strategies, okay? And I think that people have a misconception of like how to scale, because like you think you know what you're doing, but you don't, because you're not testing, and you need to test to get data, right? So I write down what works for me. Okay, cost cap works here, bid cap works here. And the reason why I have all this information in my mind is because we deal with over 100 stores, and I scaled over 1,000 stores. So and I gathered that data into like one plate of multiple solutions, So that is what's working for me, and having the ability to have a solution for everything, So test that out, what I just said right now, see how that does, and if that does work, then duplicate that horizontally and vertically.
Awesome. We'll go now in more details. Like guys who are listening now, this is gonna be called really super tactical. If you're an advertiser or you are store owner, listen carefully and make the notes, because here will be really like mind-blowing coaching for you from Jose. And if you listen and understand, you will be able to message us back later on that you were able to scale or increase the profitability on your store, okay? So, Jose, you're saying that you'll be going to bid cap, cost cap. Oh, that's cool. You testing CBO, ABO, I understand, because each account is performing definitely or differently. So you need to focus to find out what's working the most. How would you move to the cost cap or bid cap? Let's speak about the bid caps. What will be your step? Let's say ABO is working for you, CBO is kind of working, but ABO is more powerful.
So I'm going to get really into detail about this, and I'll try to explain it the simplest way that I can, because this is stuff that you guys can implement tonight and get results like this. It's so beautiful. I love it. So, kind of like I said, we have the winning campaigns, we have the winning ABLs ready because we stacked them up and put them in a single ad sets, right? So boom, that's done. That's aligned. Now, what we want to do is we want to put these audiences and ads in a bid cap, right? But the question is, well, what bid caps work? Well, we don't know yet. We have to test. But we are mad scientists. A mad scientist is somebody that tests one thing at a time, right? So we already know we have winning ads. We already know we have winning interest. So the main focus is going to be bid caps, right? So I delete any other factor that can, that can have a different decision, different outcome on my thinking process when it comes to the outcome, right? So if I were to say, okay, let's test these random random ads, and let's do these bid caps. I'm not going to have, I don't know what's working, right? Because I'm testing too many things at once. So you guys have to be a mad scientist and test one thing at a time. Anyways, now that you know that, let's move on to how I do the bid caps. So I like to use the margin of my product. Let's say, for example, it costs 50. Let's say, for example, it's retail $50. It costs me, $20. So now we have a $30 margin, correct? So what I do, I like to use that number and multiply it by 2. That's $60. So then I'm going to have a $300 CBO that is a bid cap. And we said we're going to use the margin as a way of measurement, right? So 30 times 2 gives me 60, right? So I'm going to do a bid cap of 55 through 60 using the winning interest that we spoke about already in the winning ads. So we're going to have 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60, right? 6 assets. And we're going to do increments of $1, right? We're already running it to winning ads and winning interest. So the main focus is to find out the winning bid cap that's going to allow us to have a really good CPA that's going to allow us to scale. Okay, one second. Let me drink some water because my throat.
Yeah, sure. It's like, first of all, it's a structure of the same interest, the same ad set, just different beats. Like the most, for me, it's a funny, question is not funny, but it's funny how people overthinking about it. And I will ask you this question. Like, do you think it's not beat each other? Like you just compete to yourself and you duplicating campaigns so many times, and plus you were making the beats, which is you just winning your attribution, or not attribution, sorry, that you are just beating yourself on the results and just killing previous campaigns because of the overstanding them with the higher beats. What's your opinion on that?
So when it comes to, no, we're definitely not bidding with ourselves, but we're more like bidding with the algorithm and other people that are also bidding with you. The reason why the bid caps do so well is because I'm telling Facebook, hey, my margin's $30, but I'm okay with the $60 purchase. However, they're going to give me a gift. They're going to reward me with maybe a $25 CPA, maybe a $20 CPA, because I'm willing to spend more money than my competition. So that's why it works, and it's so good because it's consistent. It's not a strategy where the budget goes up. It's a strategy where the CPA is consistent, which is going to allow you guys to spend 1K per day, 5K per day, 10K per day, and even 30K per day. And that's why we've been so successful, is because I cracked the code to this, because this is something I've been doing for years, 4 years straight, and I really got it down to the T. And it's funny because it hasn't really changed much over the last 2 years. It's been working really consistent for us. So that's a good thing.
I love this particular answer because it's exactly like what we always discuss, and I understand as well the logic. For me, the duplication is number one way of testing, of seeing if the things will be show consistency. But bid caps, definitely it is the next level of the building the consistent results, and especially like scalable. I mean, it's the way to scale, because without bid caps, if you go to high budgets, how like low cost cap, what, on your opinion, can be scalable for 2K a day, 3K a day campaign, or it will be die off fast?
So it depends. This is another thing, is where some ad accounts do well when it comes to, like, remember I said you start at $300 a day, you can bump it up to $500 and $1,000, but you also have to be, you also have to test that out. What budgets does the campaign like to be at? Does it like to live at $300 a day, or $500 a day, or $1,000 a day? And once you find out your sweet spot, then now you know that, let's say for example, $500 is where it does well, and $1,000 is where it kind of like tends to be negative. Then now I know that I can duplicate that campaign at $500 maybe 4 more times, and now I'm spending $2K, right? So that's another like method of going about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see that original campaigns start dying off if you duplicate too many times on the high
I don't
budgets?
see that, but I do see that the net kind of tends to drop when you do have a lot of cluster of different campaigns together, which is why I like mixing it up, you know. So every new big cap that I do make, I tend to have new ads on there, not the original ads, so that way my margin does not go down, which is something that a lot of people may face when the margin goes down when you spend more money. But there's ways to go around it, you know. Make sure you increase your AOV. Make sure that you're utilizing new ads. You know, I'm testing 20, 30. Actually, we're testing 20 to 100 ads per week. And that's how we're able to maintain a high ROAS and a high margin, right? The most important metric, margin.
I believe that like the speed of the creating creatives. I remember our conversation when we were just start speaking with you. Now like we are speaking on daily basis, and like before when we just I've been in your Discord channel, so I start listening what you're saying, and after that you and me will start having the calls. And number one thing which is I notice, the like secret sauce of success, let's speak on that way, of success to consistency. It was, fuck guys, it has to be fast in terms of testing new creatives. You find out what's working, perfect, now work on the same angle under different variations of the creatives and never stop. And that's, I knew always, we implemented, but I like always, you know, sometimes people missing one simple thing. It was the speed. So you have to test it a lot and fast. And then it's really like, this is the secret. Like this, if you start getting results, just fast testing new creatives and as many as you can, and then it will give you consistency.
Yeah, 100. That's speed is everything, bro. And like, you know, momentum, the word momentum, put that in your mind. It's so key, because if you lose momentum, you're pretty much done. You have to rebuild. It may take you another month. But when you guys have momentum and you have a store that's doing very, very well, do not hold back. Scale it up, push it, because it may not last forever. Who knows? So I always have that in my mind where like I always tend to push it. Maybe our net drops to 50% or 10%, but at least I pushed it and said, okay, now I know if I push it, it's gonna go down. So we got to figure out different ways to scale it up, not just at campaign structures wise, but maybe increasing the average order value. You know, adding some upsells, having SMS, having adding a different platform as a you know media buying platform.
I agree with you, because what I can tell you from the background when I was as well coaching people, and maybe you can see that as well, the random things is happening for random same thing happening to all the newbies or just who are not good in media buying. When something start working, they like, okay, duplicating or vertically scaling, and suddenly it stopped working. And instead of testing out more creatives, they just start finding out new strategies, like what kind of secret strategy is there, what kind of secret strategy is there. Instead of like make it this simple logical step, people start looking for the how to crack the system, how to like try to overtake the Facebook algorithm. But you can, if you find out what's working, you have to repeat exactly the same steps, just with the more variations of the stuff which you have in your campaigns, which is like completely makes sense, and it's make it job super easy, and people do not understand that.
If you guys have like a simple structure like that you follow at all times, that's all you need. It's not about like the special hack or the special thing. It's all about following the same rules that you have for yourself. I follow the same rules that I have for myself, and the strategies just work well. And I think the other thing too that has allowed me to do the 1 mil per month consistently is, you know, decision making. You know, like what can I do right now that can create the biggest ROI? You know, if I'm having a problem, it's always gonna be offers. So the fact that I understand how to prioritize my actionable decisions is the reason why we can do those numbers, man. It's not just the strategy, but it's also the way of thinking. And that's something that a lot of people miss out is you want to learn so much about strategy, you know, the hack. But what about the way of thinking, you know? So when I learn from other people, I want to learn how he thinks, because of how he thinks is how he can unlock other different strategies on your own, right? So that's the one way that I do. I tend to learn, you know, from others, and I tend to see how they think. And then once I see how they think, I can implement that into media buying offers and things of that nature. But when it comes to offers, I'll say this, if you guys are dealing with some problems where your conversion rate, maybe try decreasing the price point of your product by $5. Maybe try decreasing the price point by $10. Try buy one get one free. Try adding maybe add a free product. Mess around with the offer, and you should see some results. Okay, and that has been the biggest game changer for us, bro. Is offers, and you see it. So it's like taking these pivots, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, boom, we're here. It works. Let's scale it up. So I just feel like I have all the answers. Maybe I have most of all the answers. I'm not going to be like, have an ego here, but I just have a lot of different solutions for a lot of different problems. And I think that's the reason why I do what I do.
Yeah, I agree with you about the testing all the time. It's the way to solve the problems. Especially, I remember cases where profitability drops down. It was really great. On your end, I remember cases in even which you shared before, like that profitability going down. But we can see that there is still potential. So really, what has to be done is just decrease the price, increase the price, buy one get one free, or buy two get one free, depends on the margin. Like so many different variations which we can play with, even build a separate landing page for it. And I want to just add it to this subject, very important point, which is you haven't mentioned, but we both know that it's important. Make one change in a time. Do not make the changes over the night, 10 changes, because you will screwed up everything and you'll not know what exactly you made wrong, that it's broken, all the stuff. One change at a time, give it 1 or 2, 3 days, see what is making difference, worse, better, then leave it. If it's better, worse, bring back and make another change. That's what I learned in my personal experience. It was really crucial to understand
that. That is the really key moving point right there, man, is testing one thing at a time so we know what is wrong and what is right. And again, it's just like understanding these factors and, combining, I call it ingredients. You combine those different ingredients and you get this really good meal, which is $1 million per month, or building a store from 0 to 10K per day in 5 days. So understanding that right there, what Anatoliy just said, is the key to your success.
And you mentioned $1 million per month. For us, we are speaking, it sounds so normal. I mean, like 1 million a month, it's normal. I mean, it's e-commerce. It's like if you're not going to that level, it means you're dying. I mean, if you're not focusing to go to that level. And when you're already doing that level, it's completely like regular stuff. And I'm just like wondering, can you imagine some of the beginners guys, which is obviously a lot of beginners listening, and some of the people who are out of e-commerce, for example, my friends from childhood, and like, what the fuck, 1 million a month? Like, what the BS those guys are speaking about? Like, young guys, like, speaking about this kind of shit, like 1 million a month. Like, the big corporations in my city are not able 1 million a year, by building, like, his grandfather, father, his son will be building this factory or whatever, and they won't be able to make it 1 million a month for centuries. And we are speaking, like, about random stuff in internet.
I mean, it's like, how do you feel sometimes just putting on some clothes on? You wake up and you put your socks on. It's just what it feels like. I wake up, it's so natural. But now I'm trying to get to the next level, right? My goal is to, so for example, last year we did $10 million for this one brand. Now this year's 20 million, right? So now that means we got to do 2 million, right, per month. And we're doing we're doing 1 million per month, but we have different strategies that we're going to implement to get to that point. And that's going to be like different angles, different avatars. So one product can be, geared towards this avatar, this angle, but also you can change to a different angle and get a different type of demographic. And that's how you guys are going to be able to hit that next mark, And I'll show you later on where we're doing 2 million per month because of that strategy that we're implementing, But yeah, I mean, it's simple at this point, not every brand can get to that point if they don't have like the right combinations. I like using the word foundation, the right foundations to do 1 million per month.
That's really like makes things easy when everything on place and you have a team and you know what you're doing. This is like the terminology, I mean, that you compare with the wearing the socks, how normal it is. That's funny, but it is as it is. I mean, in our days, if people just don't realize the possibilities of e-commerce and who tried and failed and didn't try again, maybe like go from Shopify to email marketing, from email marketing to Google Ads, who knows, who haven't tried this kind of stuff in different angles and just quit, they lost all the possibilities on the table.
Why would you quit on the third lap? You got one more lap to complete the mile, and that one lap is where you see success. So, I remember back when I was like learning, right? I was look up to these guys that are doing 1 million per month. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I'm over here trying to do just 10K per month at that point. But I saw, I'm like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it too. That's kind of like the mentality that I have. Yeah, people are doing 10
That's the right
month,
mindset. Yeah,
I can do that.
That's
too,
the right mentality.
Everything is possible when you tell yourself it's possible.
Even like for my media buying team, like I was already sharing with you that when some or like one media buyer or couple of media buyers start performing, other media buyers looking on them like, wow, like it's not someone over the sea making those results. It's the buddy next to me doing exactly the same what I'm doing, and he doing these results. It means I can do even better, or at least the same. Because I'm not worse than him. I know him personally. It's not a scam. It's really what's happening. I see the numbers and it motivates a lot. Really changing mentality. And like if you think about that in right way, it's a game changer for you in general. As a professional, as an expert, as a media buyer, it doesn't matter. Like as a believer, as a person who will move forward in his life.
I remember when one of my teams are like, we can't spend more than 30K, Jose. And I'm like, really? I came in and I spent $60,000, and now they're like, wow. And then the next day, guess what? They spent $60, and then I don't got to do anything no more because they know that they can do it. So sometimes you have to show people that it's possible. That's what the team's performing really well because they look around like everyone's doing numbers. So I see that leading by example and showing by example rather than just telling somebody to do something is way much better.
And when you said we can spend 30K a month or more than that, it's just remind me yesterday I had a meeting with the management team. Sales manager was on the call and sales manager told me, bro, I'm telling you, the leads are sucks. You need to do something because I'm managing the ads for our lead gen. And like, I said, okay, listen, bro, I'm so busy now with so much things going on there. I will ask our media buyer to do that because like I really can't manage it because of I'm really busy, and that he like, no man, you are doing that stuff and you're always fixing that problem, please do that. And I can't. And after that, during the call, I like, wait, it's a wrong belief, bro. I can. I will find out the time. I said to him, to all the managers, guys, I apologize, this is the wrong setup in mind. Like I cannot say you I can't all the time. I will tell you I can, just remind me please. And he reminded to me at night, and I spent a couple of hours. I just like sit down, figure it out, what was sucking, what was performing, and try to make the change. I mean, but I was giving myself excuses. I can't. And obviously I can't because I'm telling to myself I can't. But one switch, and evening I was able.
On why you can't, so definitely I like using I can and I will and a must, right? I like using those words and just doing the best that I can. So that's a good job for you, man. That's what's up.
It's easy, but sometimes we just don't understand that we put this kind of setup in our brain. Like we just bring this setup, not someone push to us. It's we find out the excuses because we are busy with some other things or we are not feeling well, we have no energy, and we say to ourselves that we can't. And that's the thing where people won't be able to succeed because, oh, I don't know that stuff. Oh no, I won't be able to do that because like I have no clue. So get shit out of it and study it. Like read a chapter today and tomorrow you're gonna be smarter on one chapter.
Like how to say being disciplined with your emotions. It's like these two different things that you must achieve or you must conquer, and be in control of. Once you're in control of these thoughts and like the way you think, it's game over, bro. You can do whatever you want.
100%. I would like to ask again this question, which I'm asking actually so many people, but I believe that will be powerful to listen from you as well, especially as a great media buyer, is about the ChatGPT. How crucial is for your business?
We use ChatGPT when it comes to copy. That's number one. The fact that I can use it to make copy in 3 seconds, amazing. And two, the fact that I can use it to be compliant with ads, TikTok, Facebook, Google, so we don't get banned, amazing, bro. We save so much time on not getting banned, ad account bans, right? And thirdly, I use it to, let's say for example, I'm doing product research for a product and I go to Amazon and I get the best review with the most votes, based on the product. I put it in ChatGPT and I say, hey, ChatGPT, make me 5 different descriptions for Facebook. And we're using data, right? We're using data from Amazon that people voted on this one review that people can relate with. And we're going to paste that inside ChatGPT and let us give us some sales copy, right? Look at the power of that. So that's called collective intelligence, right? I like saying collective intelligence, CI plus AI. Collective intelligence from people plus artificial intelligence is a money maker. So, I used to do it manually where it used to take me like maybe like 1 hour to come with sales copy because I was reading so many reviews. Now I can do it in 3 seconds, and that's just, one part of it, but that has been the biggest needle movement from ChatGPT for us.
I remember this practice, what you just described. The practice which is you and me, beginning of January, were on the phone. And you're like, hey bro, have you heard about the ChatGPT? We will discuss that conversion rate is too low. But I wasn't sure what it's all about. I never tested. You said, no, wait, let me share the screen. And you share the screen and we start just playing around with one product, golf product. I remember I even recorded a YouTube video about that. And over the night, 10 minutes of our playing around with ChatGPT, it was just messing around. Over the night, that store went from 107% to 2.17 conversion rate. Over the night. It's insane if you're not using ChatGPT to your business in nowadays.
The power
insane.
Is crazy, bro. People that are not using it, you are missing out. And we are smarter than you just because we're using the AI tool. So, you got to hop on the trends. You have to use what's new or else you will be left behind, right? So that's my rule too, is learn everything that's new, learn and implement. And that's why that's how you're going to be able to have a competitive advantage over other people.
Tell me please about the TikTok versus Facebook. Is that the same consistency going on? Is that possible to just turn it on and leave it TikTok the same like Facebook?
TikTok has gotten way more consistent than last year, than 6 months ago. This last 2-3 months, TikTok has gotten really consistent and I'm loving it because I know I can scale things past 30K a day consistently like nothing now because of how it's been. This is just my experience. Again, we manage over 100 stores and 80% of those stores we've been using TikTok and it's been consistent. So I definitely recommend that you guys are using TikTok.
That year ago, it definitely, when you launch something, it stay for a couple of days and it's die off. Creatives die off so fast like that. And now it's staying longer, which
it's
is
really they're staying longer. They're not dying that quickly, which is really good. But also, it was quick. It was easy to make quick money, a year ago with it because it was, I guess, a brand new platform, whatever. Now it's a little bit harder to make quick money, but it's more consistent, So I guess you just have to play with the different factors, offer, creative, strategy, and that's what's going to help you spend more money on that platform too.
Yeah, I'll just need to fill up as well with the creatives, but definitely I agree with you. One of the biggest stores which is we are running together, it's a TikTok. It's a TikTok ads, most of them, and the surfing method is working wonderful. Just very important insight from what I learned from you as well about TikTok. That's what I find out as a really great insight, that TikTok has to be watched on the daily. If you analyze in the ads, don't analyze on the lifetime, don't analyze on 7 days, analyze yesterday only yesterday. That's the thing. It's like, sure, like, come on, there is so many data behind. No. If it wasn't performed yesterday, it means today could be performed, but you have to trim that shit before end of the day to make sure that it won't eat all your profitability. I mean, small tweaks, small tactics, but really making huge difference. Huge. Nice, bro. Okay, I have one last question to you, which I'm asking everyone on the podcast. So, like, simple, general, but want to hear your opinion. Okay? What would you choose? The journey or end result?
I think the journey. I think we have a false belief of that we want to get the end result, right? But I think the journey, because I've gotten what I wanted, right? I mean, not everything, but I gotten achievements, and it's good. I see life as me gathering achievements, doing missions, and completing the missions, right? But it's an endless mission, and it's an endless journey, and the journey is what is gonna make you continue to thrive, continue to grow. So 100% journey over destination.
That's a very important point. When you like not focus on results but focusing on journey and ignoring the results which you achieved, it really makes you feel dried. I mean, burning out, because you don't make this kind of pause between the levels of success. I learned that in one of the business books, but I really was like, oh, I have to treat myself. And now I celebrate in the way by buying the gift for my wife, for my son, or going with them in nice place that I know that they are enjoying. For me, I'm kind of dry, like I want to move forward. I don't want to celebrate. But for they making them happy, it's making me feeling of the celebration mood and treatment of the how grateful I am for what is happening in my life. So find out how you can treat yourself in the way that you appreciate it, and it will help you out to move forward.
I think that we get so stuck in the mindset of like nonstop working and forget almost about our families. But as much as you go hard with entrepreneurship in your business, is the same energy that you should give to your family. You need to go hard in the same way to your family when you are with them. So, give them everything that they deserve. For example, like you're giving them a really good meal at a really nice restaurant, and that right there is something that you did, for them, and that should make you feel really, really grateful. So, I take the role of like me being the leader in the family, and I have to. There's no ifs or buts, even whether it's going bad, right? Imagine when your business is going bad, are you going to just pull back? No, it's going to break. So when it comes to family, when it goes bad, are you just going to pull back? No, it's going to break. So the same energy that I put into the gym, into business, into my family, right? I do the same thing. Leadership, structure, and consistency,
Yep, I agree with you. Awesome, bro. Like, that was really wonderful conversation. And guys who listening to us, if you haven't got what we were talking about, I highly recommend you, if you're advertising, go and watch it or listen it again, because there was a tactical steps for your advertising journey to build this consistency in your results and be able to scale, especially Facebook with big caps, how to analyze TikTok. Couple of points for mentioning, which is going to be a game changer for you as a media buyer. Okay, I highly recommend you to be careful and carefully listen that. Jose, the value of knowledge, the value of experience, and the real, I would say, legit results which you provide into the world, I can tell you that you are the real expert. And I can tell you that I appreciate you by being a partner right now, by who you are as a person, and how open you are that you shared everything today in the podcast, what I asked. If I would ask more, you would be open more subjects. So I'm really happy to see you here. And if you have anything to share with the audience, which you believe it would be great at the end, let me know, please.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm here to kind of give value to people, right? And actionable value, not just dopamine value where you learn and you feel good and I'm learning all this much value from this guy. No, it's not about that. It's about actionable value that you can implement. And I like being transparent. I'm real. I'm raw. And, it's just not, you don't see that a lot out there. You see a lot of like the opposite, of that. So I guess the last thing I'll say to you guys is just be consistent, even at your toughest times. Pull through, continue, because eventually you're going to get to the other side. And the other side's a really, you're going through the storm right now. but soon you're going to see the rainbow and the sunshine. Okay, so be consistent, stay focused.
Yep. And the guys and girls, if you would like to reach out to Jose, feel free. I will edit all his social medias under this bio of the podcast, and his Instagram, Revenue Express. You'll find out his face there, and he's just now exploring the Instagram as well. I have seen how your audience is growing fast at the moment. He was quiet. He was underground guy, and now he decided to become more present online, and you will notice that when you go to his page. So appreciate it, man. Have a great day and speak to you soon. Take care.